This is Saxon Math for 6th grade. We're still in lesson 105, last part I promise. And we're doing cubed roots. When we talk about something cubed, it means we're multiplying all three dimensions together. We're multiplying the length of something times the width of something times the height of something. If you think of a cube, when we find volume, it's length and width and height. 3 dimensions makes a cube. This is important because later when we talk about cubed roots, we're going to be looking for those 3 dimensions. Okay, so math is about being able to do things forwards and backwards and to simplify it as much as possible. Forwards and backwards. For example, multiplication and division are ways to do things forwards and then backwards. You know that 2 times 3 is 6. That can be our forwards. And then if we wanted to do that backwards, we could say 6 divided by 2 is 3. You just sort of undid it. Finding the square and then the square root is another way to do something forwards and then backwards. 3 times 3 is 3 squared. It also makes 9. Or negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 3 squared, which also makes 9. If I wanted to do that backwards, I could take 9 and find the square root. The square root of 9 is either positive or negative 3. I don't actually know which one, since both 2 positives and 2 negatives would equal 9. Cubed roots are much the same way. If I find something to the 3rd power, or something cubed, the way to work backwards is to take the cubed root. 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 cubed. Whenever I square something, I'm multiplying the same number 2 times. Whenever I cube something, I'm multiplying the same number 3 times. In this case, 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 cubed. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 more is 8. If I take the cubed root, see how I stuck that little 3 in my square root sign? That means the cubed root of 8. I'm saying, what number multiplied 3 times makes 8? Well, I already know that because I just did it forwards over here. I know that 2 times 2 times 2 makes 8. So the cubed root of 8 would be 2. Let's see if we can do some problems together. Write these on your paper, please. The cubed root of 64 and the cubed root of negative 27. Got a positive and a negative number now. Okay, 64. What number times itself 3 times makes 64? Well, I know it has to be bigger than 2, because 2 cubed would be 8. So let's work up from there. What about 3 cubed? 3 times 3 would be 9, times 3 again. No, that's not 64. What about 4? 4 times 4 would be 16, times 4 again would be 64. Turns out that 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So the cubed root of 64 is 4. Cubed root of 64 is 64 to the 3rd is 4 times 4 times 4. So the cubed root of 64 would be 4. Negative 27. I'm going to end up with a negative number. I want to multiply 3 numbers together. Well, I know a negative times a negative makes a positive. But a negative times a negative times a negative would be a negative number. 2 negatives together would make a positive. And the positive times the last negative would give us the negative. What number times itself 3 times makes 27? I know it's not 2. I know it's not 4. It's probably between them. It's probably 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. But I want it to be negative. Negative 3 times negative 3 would be positive 9. Times negative 3 again would be negative 27. So my cubed root of negative 27 would be negative 3. As you solve your cube roots today, think of what number times itself 3 times could you give you that answer. And pay attention to whether it's a positive, so it'll be a positive number, or whether you're finding a negative number, so you're going to have a negative answer.